Why are you so close, huh?
Hey guys, it's me, Bryn, of course. Yeah, anyway, today I'm going to be talking about The Crown's Game by EVELYN SKYE. And this book, I loved it. I thought it was really cool. It's basically Imperial Russia. There is magic involved with it. The Crown's Game, title, is basically where if there are two or more enchanters at one point in time, they have to compete to be the Imperial Chanter for the Tsar. So Vika and Nikolai are forced to compete in this game, and what happens is they both have different parts of this overall pot of magic that is for Russia and for the enchanters of Russia. And only one of them can be the Imperial Chanter, and that person has to have all of the magic to themselves. So to have all of that magic, the other person has to die. Vika's magic is a lot to do with elements, I guess, in like natural life. Like she can play with storms. And then there is Nikolai, who is very mechanic. Like he's very good at making clothes. He's good at doing mechanical stuff and like robots. I thought that this book was so good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I have hair in my eye right now, so ignore that, but I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. On Goodreads, I thought it was amazing. I loved the magical element. It wasn't like they were sorcerers or wizards with wands, or that they did spells or things like that. No, what they did is it seems like they talked to it. They are trying to communicate with the different objects that they are trying to control. It's so hard to explain that and make it make sense without the context of the book. That's the best I can explain it, but I honestly thought that the magical element was really unique and interesting, and I had a fun time getting to know this world. Along with that, the whole Imperial Russia thing and how it kind of correlates with history and gives it a newer spin, I thought it was so fun. There's also kind of a love triangle in here, which to me didn't really make sense because from the very beginning, I knew that I wanted two certain people to be together. And then they added the third part in this love triangle, and I was just very confused, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I mean, I liked the character. I like all of the characters in this book, even the very, very, very minor characters. So I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna talk about the cover because that's just what I like to do. It looks very subtle in the background, and then the crown is actually like this palace, and it's so pretty, and the spine is so fancy. It might help if I go like that. Also, the naked cover is so cute. It's just this nice golden mustardy color with this little crown. I like this cover a lot. EVELYN SKYE, you are lucky to have this binding. That said, I am just gonna go straight into spoilers because spoiler time! Okay, so if you have not read this and you don't want to be spoiled, then please go away now. So this book starts off and it's just Vika and Nikolai kind of exploring their powers, or at least the training of them. But I thought it was really cool to see their different kind of teaching techniques and how it plays a huge role in Vika and Nikolai's individual magic. I think it's so funny that Nikolai's instructor was very cutthroat, but Vika is more of like the personally cutthroat person, while Sergei is just this nice kind person, doesn't want any harm done to people, even offers his life as the gift that he gives to Vika. And then Nikolai is the one that's just like, I don't want to hurt people. After all of that, they start doing the competitions, and at first it's very much
show off my skills, but at the same time kind of get at the other person.
If the other competitor dies, they win all the magic, and they don't even have to continue with the competition. You know, Nikolai sends some creepy crows. I loved the little stone crow that just kind of told Nikolai what happened, because it's so cool that he's basically created life. And Vika, when she tries making life, the island, it's made out of dead things, like the dead trees and all of that. Like, those are actually dead. It's just an illusion, basically. But Nikolai actually makes life, and it's life out of a stone. And I think it ties back to the fact that his mother was a healer witch kind of person, and that his mother said,
no, Dad, you don't get to touch my son, you don't get to touch me, go away, I'll be back in a few years.
But I think that Nikolai has this little thing where he is in tune with life and can alter it in some way. and that really freaks me out. Hold on, can we talk about Pasha? Just gently kick that off to the side. Can we talk about Pasha and Ludmila, I think her name is, the person that does pies? Bakery woman. Cinderella's pumpkin woman. I absolutely love that scene where Pasha comes to find Vika and he's in that shop, full disguise, and all of these women are just going at him, like making fun of him. Pasha just seems to love it so much and he's blushing. He's having the time of his life. And it's just these women that are just pushing his buttons, and it's so funny to me. Also, Pasha is the cutest little pumpkin I've ever seen. From the beginning of the book, I was like, this little kid, I just want to pinch his cheeks all the time. And his sister, who is like 3 or 4 years younger than him, is the one that's hardcore, we need to worry about all of Russia. And then there's just Pasha.
Nope, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend now. Bye.
The whole love triangle between like Vika and then Pasha and Nikolai, from the beginning, from the very beginning, I thought that Vika and Nikolai would be the cutest darn thing. I'm like, these two need to be a thing. And then they added Pasha into this, and I really wanted Pasha to just befriend Vika, because he's already really good friends with Nikolai, and that friendship, yes, bromance to the beyond infinity. That was weird. But Vika and Pasha, no. Not just because I was so hardcore for Nikolai and Vika, but because Pasha just, he was with Vika, he would run away immediately from his problems, which would be fine for him, but he needs to learn to grow up. As much as I love his adorable little puppy dog face, he needs to grow up, which he does at the end of the book. Both of his parents died, and I understand why he suddenly became very hard, but I feel like a big part of that wasn't just his parents' death. It all started when Nikolai explained that he was not only in this competition against Vika, but he was also in love with Vika. The whole jealous thing, I feel like those two, with their past and their background and just their friendship, it doesn't make as much sense to me that they would still have those thoughts. I can imagine every so often, but the fact that it was almost every single time that they were in the same place together, it made me so angry at them. I'm like, how are you guys friends if you're constantly jealous of each other? No, that's not friendship. So that was very confusing, but also just the fact that Pasha was so upset with Nikolai that like he seemed like he didn't even want to be friends, and part of me thought that he was rooting for Nikolai to die in the competition. Ooh, can we talk about the ballroom scene? My heart. Even before Vika steps in and just takes over the room, there was Pasha just in disguise, and he was having so much fun, and it was so cute. And then Vika arrives. Pasha at this point had to become the Tsar's son, you know, the next in line.
I have to be serious now. I hate this. I can't even be in costume, even though the masquerade was my idea.
And then Vika comes in. In my mind, she's Elsa. Like, she doesn't even have her usual red hair. No, it's described as like white hair with like a streak of black. She has a snow dress, not a dress that looks like snow. No, it's actually made out of like a snowstorm. They come in late, Vika and Ludmila, and then they had to come in, say hi to the Tsar.
Sorry that we're being so disrespectful on your son's birthday. We had trouble with the costumes.
And then Pasha's just,
No, it's fine. Please dance with me. I'm in love with you.
Pasha starts asking her questions. Vika basically tells her everything about the crowns game, and I was like, Vika, really? Why would you know? And then out of freaking nowhere, Nikolai just swoops on in. Vika's response,
I do not know what to do. I want to say yes, but he might be trying to kill me.
they're dancing, and she's not dancing at all. It's basically Nikolai dancing with himself because he's moving her shoes for her. But then after that dance, after they have this close, intimate moment of just, oh my gosh, other people start lining up to dance with Vika. But Nikolai does not stay away. No. He's off in a corner. He's not dancing with anyone. Instead, he's focusing all of his energy on making sure that Vika is able to dance with all these people. He's charming her shoes so that she is able to dance. And she's so overwhelmed with emotion that she just runs away. I'm playing like a huge out-of-book matchmaker where I wish I could just take their names in the book and just smoosh them together and be like, okay, you're together now. Bye. Have a great life. By this point, Nikolai has started calling Vika Vika, actually her name, instead of just the other competitor or the other enchanter. He's trying to distance himself, but at this point he's stopped. He can no longer distance himself from this, which means, in a way, he's given up trying to kill her. They start working together and their magic is collaborating with each other to build the island, to, you know, build the little benches on the island. It's so cute to see them just working together in this way. And then everything just blows out of proportion. Sergei dies and Vika finds out that he's dead and she gets pissed. She like blows up and starts destroying everything in Nikolai's house. But then Vika also realizes that not only is it her fault that Sergei is dead, but also Sergei is not actually her father. Speaking of that, their parentage in this is so scary to me. We know for a fact who Nikolai's parents are. Like, now we know that it's the creepy witch healer person who, honest to goodness, terrifies me, and I know she's gonna come back, probably try and kill Vika, but then Nikolai's father is the Tsar. I personally think that Nikolai is gonna come back to life because, like I said before, I think he has this kind of hold over death. Pasha is gonna run away from his responsibilities, and then Nikolai is going to have not just Vika, but all of Russia. Okay, we're gonna take 2, maybe 10 steps back from that and go back to the parentage. I got so ahead of myself. This book is making me run in circles. Vika's parents, we have no idea who her father is. Her mom was like some sort of nature spirit. In my mind, what Vika's mom is not actually human. I honestly think the second book we're gonna find out so much more about Vika, and there's gonna be some crazy rebellions going on from the people outside of St. Petersburg. That played in a tiny bit into this book, and I think it's gonna come back. But this is gonna be the end of the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe down below. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you really enjoyed this book. And if you haven't read it, please go read it because it's super good. But anyway, I'm going to leave. So, bye! You want to come in yet? Nope.